Šibenik,
Mangualde,
Ishal,
Trebinje, Plasencia,
Saldus,
Alba Iulia,
Mantova,
Saint-Quentin.
You're listening to the URBACT Residents of the Future podcast, the network of 9 small cities united in a shared mission to stand against urban shrinkage.
European small cities are the most charming parts of Europe. But you know what? Lately we've been getting a little quieter. Our young people keep leaving for bigger cities, better jobs, new experiences. They go to study, to work, to build their lives somewhere else. And when they leave, our towns lose more than people. We lose energy, ideas, and the everyday heartbeat that makes our cities alive.
We decided we wouldn't sit back and give up. We chose to stand up, unite, and fight back against depopulation with creativity, collaboration, and action. That's how 9 European cities joined forces under the URBACT project Residents of the Future. Different in geography, climate, and culture, but all sharing the same goal: to keep our cities vibrant, growing, and full of life.
Every week we take you across Europe to meet another city in the Residents of the Future network, exploring its challenges, the causes and impact of depopulation, and the bold ways communities are fighting back. Your guide on this journey is the project's lead expert, Tiago Ferreira. So, Tiago, where are we travelling today?
Hello and welcome to the Residents of the Future podcast. My name is Tiago Ferreira, lead expert of this URBACT project. With each episode, we travel to a different city to hear how smaller urban communities across Europe are facing urban shrinkage and how they are finding new ways to reimagine their future. Today, our stop is Mangualde in Portugal. Surrounded by the landscapes of the central Portugal, Mangualde is known for its rich traditions, its resilience and strong spirit of its people. To share with us how the city is moving forward, I'm delighted to welcome João Cruz, Vice Mayor of Mangualde. João, thank you for joining me. It is really good to have you with me in this episode.
Thank you very much, Tiago. It's a pleasure to be here with you, talk about a little bit about Mangualde and our travel adventures in this project.
João, I know that you have a big passion by Mangualde, but can you share with us what is your relation with the city? So did you born in Mangualde? Did you move to Mangualde? What are the roots?
Well, honestly, I didn't born in Mangualde. I born in Porto, the city of Porto, but I came to Mangualde a little boy with 4 or 5 years of age with my parents, mainly because my parent was professional football soccer. And yes, I'm in Mangualde since 4 or 5 years, more than 45 years now. And of course, Porto is my city where I was born, but Mangualde is the city where I live and where I work and where I grew up, and all my life was mainly spent in Mangualde. And for sure, Mangualde is part of me, and me is part of Mangualde, of course.
Yeah. So you moved to Mangualde on your childhood. Is there any remember that is really special about being raised in Mangualde?
Well, what I can say about that is 40 years ago, Mangualde was a small city, and a lot of things have happened since then. We grew up much more than I thought that it would happen. The city grew up a lot. People also start experiencing a lot of things happening also in municipalities around Mangualde. We experienced a lot of city guidance from Viseu, that is the capital of the district. And yes, Mangualde is at the moment a city, a young city with 11,000 inhabitants. And a lot of things happened since 40 years ago. We experienced a lot of changes on accessibilities. We experienced a lot of changes on public infrastructures and also in our community. As a community experiencing and facing the new challenges of the world and of our country, because mainly our country also developed a lot in the last 40 years.
So the childhood that you have in Mangualde 40 years ago, do you think that the young people in Mangualde can still have the same experience living in a small city?
Well, a lot of things, as I said, have changed since 40 years ago. Nowadays, we can experience some of the childhood that I had, of course, mainly on the rural spaces, and also a little bit in Mangualde, but a lot of things are completely different now. Also, the way that the youngs today live and the experience that they have, also they are very different from 40 years ago. I'm becoming a senior, so it's everything is changing very fast. And well, we can experience some of my childhood if we can look for it, but it's not happening every day. It's more difficult nowadays.
We are the residents of the future, shaping tomorrow's cities today.
So if you have to choose one characteristic, one asset from Mangualde that you consider that is the thing that you like more about Mangualde, what would be?
Look,
is it the wines?
The people. Also the wines, of course. But the community in Mangualde is very strong. And they are very strong in collaborating with the municipality for our growth. They are very strong on participating in our events. They are very stick together to make change happening, and that's very important for us, for the municipality, and for the leaders that, like me, have to decide about planning, about policies for the future of the city. And I can for sure pick the community as the main strong aspect and asset of our city. For sure. Of course, the wine it's a region of wine. It's also a region of nature. It's a region of very good food, of course. But in Portugal, mainly every region is very good because we eat very well in Portugal. We have good wines on the north also. Tiago knows, you know that very well. And yes, mainly the community is very strong. It's very important for us.
Okay. So in a recent study that we were analyzing in Resident of the Future, we saw that the main reason why people move to other city is mainly because of the affordability or job opportunities. Mm-hmm. But actually, the main reason for people to stay in a city is that community sense. So I hope that the characteristics of Mangualde help Mangualde to face the challenges. And actually, it's time to talk a little bit about the challenges. So besides all that qualities, Mangualde was facing depopulation from last decades, like the majority of the European small cities. And so that's why I believe that you join this Residents of the Future project. But can you share with our listeners what is the reality of Mangualde in terms of these challenges of keeping population, recovering population? What is the reality now? Is there any numbers, any facts that you can see in the city?
Yeah, okay. As I said, Mangualde is strategic, located on the center north of Portugal. It has a very good network connection of railroad, highways. We are near big public infrastructures like airports, major airport, seaports, near also Spain, near nature. But besides that, we since about more than a decade, we are facing depopulation. That was not enough for fixate residents. That was not enough for we have a very strong depopulation numbers in the last 10, 15 years. So we are facing that kind of challenge with housing, and we are facing that with mobility and good jobs, skilled jobs that are very important for us, and integration. But recently, in the last 2-3 years, we are on a turning point of depopulation, mainly because of immigrants. So since 2022-23, we were facing depopulation, and now we are increasing on population, and that is a very good sign. And we catch ourselves in a project for face depopulation, and now we are planning to fixate the population that we receive in the last years, mainly with immigrants. So the project itself is more rich at the moment, because besides of the strategy for stop depopulation and attract new residents and fix them, we are now facing strategies and actions to maintain the immigrants that we received in the last 2 years, and that is actually a challenge at the moment.
You're listening to Residents of the Future podcast, where people come first and cities thrive together.
Do you know why welcoming newcomers is vital for shrinking cities? Because attracting new residents is only half of the job. The real challenge is making them feel at home so that they stay. This goes beyond paperwork. It's about schools, healthcare, housing, cultural life, and above all, human connection. A city that is open, inclusive, and supportive can turn temporary arrivals into long-term neighbors. In smaller cities, newcomers often bring fresh energy and ideas, but they only stay if they are genuinely welcome, integrated, and able to belong.
Part of your testing actions were related with that. So you did a deep job on knowing these communities of migrants, new residents in Mangualde, and you are now planning and coming from these results, this new knowledge that you gain, to create new actions for integrating these immigrants. Can you tell our listeners a little bit more about this testing action? So what was your approach to reach these new communities? What did you did, and what did you learn with this process?
Yeah, we start with a local group with broad participation of the community, with the schools, the associations, the businesses, and the immigrants. And the youth people. And what we realized it was that we need to accommodate the immigrants also on the local group. And that was what we did. Also, on our test action, we did an inquiry, a pilot with students and families, and mainly on the immigrant community, to know and to do a diagnosis of their problems and their opportunities, and also to know what they thought about Mangualde. And we discovered that there are very, very interesting things that we can do and actions that we can put on the terrain to fixate them. Of course, the feedback that they gave us, and of course we are talking with them very frequently, it was that the housing was a problem, like is mostly in Portugal. The education is also a big factor for there to come to a city, and like Mangualde, because our education, we have very good infrastructures and very good education in Mangualde. Also the mobility for work. And the integration was an aspect also very important for them. So our plan is focused on, of course, young families, youth, but also on immigrants, how to fixate them and how to put the strategies on action to facilitate the mobility for jobs and for the housing, the affordable housing, because it's very important, and the integration with multicultural actions that can integrate the immigrants on our community.
So the city with the ULG, so you try to reach these immigrants through the schools. Was the reaction of these communities good for being approached by the city? It's something that sometimes is not very useful. It's not often that people is reached by the city.
Yeah, it was very, very good. We had already more than 4 or 5 meetings with the immigrants, and they thought that we were away from them, but that contact, that connection was for them very important, and they are very participative on the actions and on the structures, and they feel the city also. They smell the city, they taste the city, and they want to participate on the city growth. They want to participate on the integration of people that they know, not only in Mangualde but also in other cities in Portugal, or even in with friends that are in like Brazil, in other countries that want to come to Portugal. So they are a connection to them, and it's very important to have a brand on our city, to know that, so that they know that they can come to Mangualde, and they can have in Mangualde all the needs for have a good life, a quality life, a good job, a good education, and good mobility for their work and to grow up their kids. And also because of that, it's very important for us their feedback, and it was also very important for us to put them on the local group with our community, our native community, to work together in creation and collaboration.
Yeah, and so are they now recommending Mangualde to their connections?
Yeah, they are, and there are also nice videos on YouTube about Mangualde and what you can expect from Mangualde and what you have in Mangualde and how to come to Mangualde and have a good life. Yeah, that's
good. That's a really nice result.
Yeah.
João, talking about the future. Well, so you are in the phase of finishing your integrated action plan, where you have new ideas for the future. So from the ideas that you co-created within the ULG, what is the most interesting, inspiring project, investment, action that it is in the list that is exciting you to make it real?
Well, we have a lot of actions, of course, and we have challenges. The main challenge is how to attract and fixate younger people and younger residents, also young families. That's the main challenge, and mainly because we have very few jobs, qualified jobs, right? And that's a problem for small cities like Mangualde. So with all what is happening in Mangualde, with the big investments mainly on the green economy that are happening in Mangualde, we are planning a strategy that can increase the jobs, qualified jobs for young people that is with capacity to have good jobs with good salaries. That's the main focus for us. So we are planning. Also, we have a project now. We have also the financial support for an investment of almost 2 million euros in a hub technology hub that can mix and connect education, companies, businesses, and also jobs, and mainly skilled up jobs. That's very important for us because we can be attractive like a city, a small city with nature and the good quality of life if we have good jobs with good salaries. And the people, young people want a better quality of life. And Mangualde can be for them an anchorage in the future to have good jobs, quality of life, nature, and that kind of investment that we are doing on a technological hub is very important for the further steps that we want to take in action.
It's a really nice project, combining your heritage. You are very famous by investment attraction, so important investments came to Mangualde, but now combining also with the skills leverage can create an ecosystem of talent, qualified jobs that will be very important for young people to stay or to move to Mangualde. Yeah. That's very good.
We are the residents of the future, shaping tomorrow's cities today.
João, we are in the final phase of our episode, but there is something that I should ask to you. So you are one of the examples of a very active participant on URBACT, but not being from the city staff. So you are the vice mayor of the city. I would like to ask you, what is your main motivation as a politician with big responsibility on the city to be an active participant in this network?
Mainly knowledge and experience. Live, and like I said before, to live, smell, taste the experience from Europe, from other partners about what is happening. To make decisions, we need to know the world. And to know the world, we need to have a network of connections and a network of knowledge and to better decide. So that's the main motivation for me. More knowledge, better I can decide. More experience that I can share, and more co-creation where I can work can make me a better decider, in policies for my city. So that's why I work in these projects. That's why I like to participate on these projects, and I keep in touch with everything that is happening on Europe and then on this type of projects that are really a success and that can make the difference. Our plan, I'm sure that is not gonna stop on the paper. Is going to the field. Is going to be a massive document and a strategy to fixate and attract new residents for sure.
Very good. So as a final message, I would like to ask you, so you can combine the answer and the final message. What was your key learning with this project? So think about all the mayors in Europe, all the councillors, all the staff, and they are listening to you. What would be the main lesson that you took from this experience that you'd like to share?
Well, in this experience, we can prove innovation. We can see inclusion. We can also see that the resilience and the motivation of the people that work on this kind of projects can reverse the decline. Can, in this concrete case of the population, can reverse the decline of what is happening in our cities. So the key learning is about our capacity and human capital to make change happening. That's the most important and the key learning that I take about this project. Yeah.
So, João, thank you so much. It was really great.
Thank you.
So thank you for bringing us Mangualde's story and for sharing your reflections with such an openness. To everyone listening, Mangualde shows that even smaller cities can dream big, work together and build new opportunities. Change is possible, and it starts with committed people, as João said, and communities, just like here. We wish Mangualde the very best as it moves ahead with the implementation of the Integrated Action Plan, and we look forward to seeing the positive impact of these fresh ideas in the years to come. And to our audience, thank you for following Deep. For more inspiring stories, don't forget to follow Residents of the Future on Spotify, LinkedIn, and at the URBACT website. Until next time, let's keep believing in the power of cities to reinvent themselves and shape a brighter future together. Thank you so much.